Setting a proper motivation with 3 points. Refuge field. What to visualize and how to visualize. What to visualize Bodhicitta, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the Bodhisattvas, or the enlightened beings who are the source of inspiration for the practice of compassion and the practice of the wisdom of emptiness. And how you visualize them, that they are so loving, caring, and embracing. And the Bodhicitta field, visualize your two grandparents and all dear mothers and beings around you, including your children, the human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, hell beings, god and goddesses, spirits. And how you visualize them, that you are the mother and all others are like children. And the purpose of this practice is to awaken the Buddha nature within you, the seed of perfection within you, by removing the mental defilements. And to remove the mental defilements, we need to know the nature of the mental defilements. And for that, we come to learn that there are 2 kinds of the mental defilements, gross and the subtle. The gross one referred to as the afflictive obscurations, the presence of which stops us from attaining fearlessness, attaining nirvana. And the subtle one referred to as the cognitive obscuration, which stops us from attaining Buddhahood. And this afflictive obscurations is of 3 kinds, or 2 kinds, 2 kinds meaning contaminant karmas and afflictions, and 3 if we include the active seeds of these 2, and all 3 are rooted to the self-grasping ignorance. And the cognitive obscuration, which constitutes the subtle stains, subtle latencies of the afflictive obscurations. And the remedy lies only in the wisdom of emptiness. And this wisdom of emptiness should be the non-dual wisdom of emptiness, which can happen only through the wisdom derived through meditation, which in turn is possible only through the wisdom derived through reflection, where one gains the unshakable confidence in this reality of the emptiness. And this is possible only if you have extensive studies, wisdom derived through the learning. And this wisdom must be supported by the motivation of the Bodhicitta, the most beautiful mind of the courageous mind of Bodhicitta, which wishes to, the primary mind which wishes to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. And to reach to that level of the Bodhicitta, it must be supported by renunciation, the desire to get away from all the miseries for yourself, and this when extended to other beings, it takes the form of the Bodhicitta. So with this in mind, imagine that you're leading this the practice, and all the Bodhisattvas are joining. They are witnessing us. They are being there as a witness, and all the sentient beings join you in this practice. Page 3. And teach with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And teach with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And teach with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, By my accumulations through the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanje joda zoge chonam la chanju bardo dani kyapsu che. Age jinso kebe sonam ke chola penjere sanje drubare shum. Sanje joda zoge chonam la chanju bardo dani kyapsu che. Age jinso kebe sonam ke chola penjere sanje drubare shum. Sanje shoda soge chonam la chanjo bardo dani kyapsuch. Tage jinso kebe chonam ge dola penjir sanje rubare shom. Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, no sameness. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated participant to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata and protector to you or make restorations, the one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you the Buddha make restorations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I journey in the manner of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham datha gato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham datha gato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye svaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum te sham datha gato yavatat te sham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye svaha. All phenomena arise in causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata as well as taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-line and non-composite, such as nectar-like Dharma I have discovered, finding no one who can fathom this teaching in silence or retarded words. Beyond utterance, thought and expression is a professional wisdom, which is unborn, unseen, and has the nature of space. Is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas of the three times of the obeisance. All composite things are impermanent, all contaminated things are the nature of suffering, all phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness, transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dhamma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha, the Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of eons. The Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of the suchness that the beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries gloom. If you are attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha, page 14. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, for destroyer, completely perfected, full awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the three worlds, winner of the best, Lord to you are prostrate. With a supreme science, face like a spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Trustee like you, the three worlds are not, incompatible wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, filled of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the Tathagata I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, and the virtues that frees one from the lower realms, the one part, the sublime purity and reality, the Dhamma that pacifies that prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, wholly feel qualified with realizations, but devoted to moral precepts, to you the Sangha I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, but from only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through this marriage may sentient beings attain this and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Heart Sutra, page 29. The Heart Sutra, Professional Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate to the irretrievable gem. Thus did I hear at one time. The Buddha was dwelling on Master Valsha's mountain in Rajgriha together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aravaruteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aravaruteshvara: how should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aravaruteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra: Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom should look upon it like this, the correctly and repeatedly, building those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composite factors, and consciousness empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, unstainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composite factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element and so on up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance and so on up to and including no aging in death and no extinction of aging in death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the professional wisdom, the mind without obscuration, and thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond an era, there is the endpoint of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly completely awakened, to answer a possible perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the professional wisdom. Therefore, the mother of the professional wisdom, the mother of great knowledge, unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth since it is not false. The mantra of the professional wisdom is declared, Yata Om Gade Gade Bara Sam Gade Bodhi Swaham. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, should train in the profound professional wisdom like that. Then the Buddha arose from that concentration and commanded the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Bodhicitta, saying, well said, son of the lineage, it is like that, it is like that. One should practice the profound professional wisdom, just as you have indicated, even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Buddha having thus spoken, Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Bodhicitta, who was surrounded in entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised as spoken by the Buddha. Deyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swahatyata 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 Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swaha. By the teachings of the three supreme jewels possessing power of truth, may inner and outer hindrances be transformed, may they be dispelled, may they be non-existent, may they be pacified, may all negative forces opposed to the Dharma be completely pacified, may the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified, may we be separated from problems and conditions harmful to the Dharma, may all enjoyments be in accord with the Dharma, may auspicious of perfect happiness pervade this place now. Okay, we'll read the 8 verses for training the mind with by Geshe page 35. With the determination to achieve the highest aim, for the benefit of all sentient beings, we surpass even the wish-fulfilling gem, may hold them dear at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest amongst all, and from the very depths of my heart, respectfully hold others as superior. In all my deeds, may I probe into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character and those around oppressed by the so negative and suffering, hold them here, for they are rare to find, as I have discovered a jeweled treasure. When others out of jealousy treat me wrongly with abuse, and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have held or in whom I place great hopes mistreats me in extremely hurtful ways, may I regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer a benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly, May I quietly take upon myself all hurts and pains from my mothers. May all this remain undefiled by the stains of the 8 mundane concerns, and may recognizing all things as illusions, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. From my two collections, vast the space that I've amassed, for working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom eyes blinded by ignorance. Watching mantle offering. Oh, sorry. Page 37. 7 in practice. Page 37. Except from the king, there's the 7 in practice. There's so many versions are there, and they deliberately I took it out from the sutra, not from a very specific tradition, like Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Gelug, rather from the sutra. Then it becomes more like universal. Okay. Except from the King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of the Samanapatra. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You, the Buddhas, the lions amongst humans, God of freedom in the present, past, and future, and the worlds of the 10 directions. To all of you, I bow down with the energy or aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world. To all you Buddhas who visualize as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms. Each amidst the host of Bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you, and the oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you Sugandhas. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, offered to the victorious ones, the Buddhas. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array offered to victorious ones. With a profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I've done with my body, speech, and mind, overrun by attachment, anger, and ignorance, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift my heart and rejoice in all the merits of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the world in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you are my guides, please turn. Together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons, numberless atoms of the world, for the number of wondrous, whatever slight merit I may have accumulated by making prostration, offering and confessing, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddha stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for the full awakening of all beings. Which mantle offering? Just ground unadorned with perfumes, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha filled and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure land. O Zoje Bhagya Choshe May I be blessed that my mind is directed towards the Dharma. May I be blessed that my Dharma is on the proper path. May I be blessed that the path is free of flaws. and may be the flaws are seen in the light of exalted wisdom. Becoming utterly frustrated with ignorance that grasps the true existence, please bless me the genuine renunciation, seeing all aspects of samsara as the vicious and repulsive. Precious Bodhicitta that cherishes others more than myself. Please bless me to have an immaculate experience of the wisdom of emptiness that does not see even an atom of intrinsic reality on the basis of understanding how things come into being by dependent origination through mere conditioning. Please bless me that my mind overflows with the precious wisdom of the non-duality of bliss and emptiness. Idam Guru Rama Mendela Gamni the foundation of all good qualities, by Lama Tsongkhapa, the roadmap to enlightenment. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to gender the mind that unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of virtues or non-virtues come or follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is the door to all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to gender a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by the spirit thoughts, mindfulness, alertness, and great question arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I've just so for all mother migratory beings, please bless me to see this, train in Supreme Bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop Bodhicitta, but I don't practice the three types of morality, I'll not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the Bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I pacify distraction to wrong objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to genuinely quickly with my mind stream the unified path of karma abiding special inside. Having become a pure vessel by straining in the Supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the two attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and present alive. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, essence Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Guru so show the noble path, and the spiritual friends who practice it for long lives, please bless me to completely call out any inner hindrances. In all my lives, never separated from perfect Gurus, enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages in the past, and could attain the state of Vajratara. Next mantra. You are Avadukateshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroys hordes of demons without exception. Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of the sages, the land of snows, Thosamling at your feet and make prostrations. Lo sa ta be shabla so va de ne ne za de che che se Cheme Keme Ombo Jame Yam Haje Kebe Tsuge Tsongaba Lo San Chabe Shabla Sovande Nune Zavete Jerese Temekebe Wombo Jameyam Kanye Kebe Zoge Zogaba Lo Satabe Shabla Sovade. Yoravalukiteshvaram, great treasure of non-referential compassion, a magician master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroyed hosts of demons without exception, Sangha crown jewel of the sages, the land of snows, lost on top by your freedom and frustrations. Okay, the consummate yoga of the complete was that Tamjin Nejuk Simkyaba, generally the complete yoga of the Bodhisattva. Tamjin and Yoga Simkyaba, generally the complete yoga of the Bodhisattva. Generally the complete, what's English translation? Tamjin and Yoga Simkyaba, generally the mind of consummate yoga. Okay. Okay, for this we have 4 things to practice. Now the main practice. Thus far is laying the ground, making the land fertile. Then what to practice, what to grow on this. The 4 things. What are they? Single point of meditation, shamatha practice, renunciation, bodhicitta, and wisdom of emptiness, and then take the aspiration bodhisattva vow. Okay, good. Ready? 5 minutes. Let's be careful of particularly the 2 mental, the 2 errors of the meditation, mental excitement and laxity, and to overcome these 2, applying the introspection mindfulness. Are you ready? Okay. Next we switch to renunciation. Okay. Ready? Renunciation. It is to renounce the miseries. To renounce miseries means to know how to renounce the causes of the miseries. The Buddha indicated, Ye dharma hetu prabhava. This phenomenon of the miseries, they don't arise randomly, they arise by dependence on causes. Unless we tackle the causes, there's no way by which we can get rid of the miseries. So what are the causes of the miseries and how to tackle them? The Buddha taught the 4 seals. As a remedy to overcome them, the root of all the miseries, the ignorance. And ignorance in the form of misconceptions, there are the 4 which the Buddha identified as the most severe ones. Misconceiving impermanent phenomena as permanent, misconceiving suffering nature as happiness, misconceiving impure things as pure, and misconceiving what is of selfless nature as of self-hurt. To remove these 4 misconceptions, the Buddha taught the 4 seals. The first one, all composite things impermanent. And there's impermanence of 2 kinds, gross and subtle. The gross one is what we need to reflect on first, meditate on first, the impermanence of death. All the beautiful things that happen in your life, they're all gone now. Pre-COVID days, pre-COVID years, they're all gone. And looking at the history of the humanity, 200 years ago, perhaps like 5 billion human beings. Where are these 5 billion human beings? Not even a single person left today. And that's for sure. And amongst them, you could see people who are of your age, older, younger ones. Not even the youngest one is alive today now. And they have their own dreams, they have their own aspirations, they have their own careers, plans, that the parents have so much a plan on the children, and the children also have their own expectations and dreams. Whether dreams are accomplished or not accomplished, today not even a single person is left. Likewise, 200 years down in the future from today, the 8 billion human beings today, not even a single one of them will be survived then. And this reality, this real impermanence. And this impermanence, where till yesterday, a whole town, a lively town was there, and the next day, simply washed away by the landslide, the flood, tsunami, and so forth. And the next day it was totally barren. This impermanence. This impermanence, the uncertainty of the death, and the uncertainty of the time of death. Reflection on these is very scary, is very demoralizing. At the same time, we discover the reality. With the reality, we come to look for the solutions. This is how the Buddha succeeded, Prince Siddhartha succeeded. And this, the obvious change that we see is possible only if the change is happening on the yearly basis, monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis, hourly basis, minute by minute basis, second by second basis, millisecond by millisecond basis, nanosecond by nanosecond basis, which means that all the composite phenomena, they've qualified this momentariness, changing moment by moment, changing millisecond by millisecond, which includes our body, our mind, our self, the world in which we live, the whole universe. That's how all composite phenomena are so transitory in nature. They move so fast. This is what I don't see. With my eyes, we see things as so static. This is the optical delusion. The reality is that all composite things, they don't even sit for a single moment. so transitory and instantaneous. Yes. Just imagine that seeing things, composite things as very transitory makes us feel so scared. Like you being thrown into a very fast-moving train by a stranger is very scary. Faster the train moves, more the fear. Well, who decides where this train is taking you? And why we have the fear? Because we don't know where this train is taking us. Who decides where this train takes us? The driver. If the driver is under the sway of the contaminations or the terrorists, it only takes us to the slaughterhouse. In our case, the driver's mind, unfortunately, it is under the sway of the two demons. Self-grasping, ignorance, self-centered attitude. And the worst of the contamination, worst of all the contaminations, self-grasping ignorance. As long as our mind is under the sway of self-grasping ignorance, the worst of contaminations will only have the miseries. All contaminated things are suffering nature. What kind of suffering? Sickness, aging, death, tension, depression, anxiety, anguish, lamentation, grief, and so forth. And one moment of such pain is good enough to nullify all the past moments of the merriments, celebrations, festivities, and so forth. Yes, that's true. One moment is good enough just to nullify all the past wonders. All the past wonders turn out to be so gloomy, dark, and hopeless, and deep, they're very shallow. That's true. Is there a way out? 2021 is stopped on its own. Likewise, when will this come to an end? All the miseries with endless tears. When will these come to an end? They will never come to an end unless we put a concerted effort to bring an end to this. Impermanent phenomena, there are three kinds. One, which invariably comes to an end, for example, like 2020, 2021, and now 2022 will come to an end within 3-4 months. There's another class of the impermanent phenomena which never comes to an end, for example, time, your mind, and so forth. And there's a third class of impermanent phenomena which never comes to an end until we put an effort. Only if we put effort, it can be brought to an end. Like what? Like your miseries, like your self-grasping ignorance, like your samsara, like all the pains that you go through. Okay, so what kind of effort is required? We have to tackle for that we have to tackle the roots of the cause of suffering. Yedharma hetu prabhava. The truth of this suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, this is what the Buddha taught. What is the cause of suffering? The ultimate cause is the self-grasping ignorance. And how to get rid of this? By introducing a very powerful remedy. What is the remedy? The remedy is the wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is a discerning mind whose apprehension of the object tallies with the reality. What is the reality? The reality is the way the Buddha indicated as the third seal. Everything is for nature, emptiness, selflessness. Okay, let's quickly meditate emptiness. To tell the person who you love so much, be it your mother or father or your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Let us meditate on the emptiness of that person. Okay, think of that person. And how does this person appear to you? So appealing, so loving. And how does this person appear to you? Like so objectified, so solidified there, or just like a dream that your mind is projecting it. Of course, not like a dream. He or she is so objectively there, so solidified there. This belief is the self-grasping ignorance. This is what creates all your miseries and what attracts all the fears of our life. How can I know that this belief that this person exists so objectively, that is a mistaken mind, that is the self-grasping ignorance? How come that it's not a valid mind? Okay, to evaluate this, remember what Aranagarjuna said, if the mirage were to be water, one of those close by the mirage see water. If this person were to exist objectively, why don't I see this person as I go closer to this object? Okay, now let us go closer to this object. And the mind which goes closer to the object is known as ultimate analysis. In other words, let us subject this person to ultimate analysis. Subjecting this person to ultimate analysis, whatever you find which is not that person, let us just ignore, because we are in search of the objective existent person, and if this was not what you're finding, anything else you just ignore. Okay, going closer to the object, first we see the thin layer of the skin of that person. Of course, that is not person. Behind that, the fatty tissues. Behind that, the muscles, the cartilages, the flesh. Behind that, the bone whole skeleton. And if that skeleton is to come to you in the night, it's very scary. This is not the person that I really feel close to. Okay, what else then? The heart, the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, the intestine, the stomach, gallbladder. None of these solid parts constitute that person. None of the solid part, which is the abdominal earth, is that person. If you're convinced of this, you are seeing that the person is not one, intrinsically, person is not to be identified as intrinsically one with the abdominal earth. Next, abdominal water. 4 liters of blood, which is pumped in and out by the heart to different parts of the body. Of course, that is not that person. Element of the fire, 2,600 joules of energy the person has. Of course, that is not that person. Element of air, 4.6 liters of air that the person breathes in and out through the lungs. Of course, that is not that person. Element space, 99.99% of that person is space. Of course, that space is not a person. The person is solid in nature, and the space is vacuum in nature. The space is also not that person. What's left now? The mind. Of course, I cannot see that person, but I can see this person. I cannot see the mind of this person. So this mind of this person is also not that person. And also that the person is male, the person is female, and the gender is possible on the basis of the body, not on the basis of the mind. Therefore, therefore the mind of this person is also not this person. Okay, so now what do you see? I just see the 6 elements of that person. Okay, so which of the 6 elements of persons to be identified as person or objected as a person? None. Which means if you're very sure of this, you've understood that the person is empty of being objectively intrinsically one with the parts. Okay, if you still believe that person does exist objectively there, now of the 2 possibilities or the options, one is already ruled out. Now let's look for the remaining option, that is that a person, if the person does exist objectively, then should be existing as intrinsically different from these 6 elements. Okay, now remove the 6 elements to see if it does exist as intrinsically different from the 6 elements. What is left? Remove the 6 elements, nothing is left there. So these are only 2 possibilities for the person to exist objectively, and both are ruled out, which means that the person existing subjectively is ruled out. Okay, what do you see now? I just see the 6 elements. Where is this person objectively real? Nothing's identified to be there as the person. Okay, students' experience of the non-affirming negative, of the emptiness of the objective existence of the person, students' experience worldwide. And this is what you're discovering. You are not what you're inventing. You invent, this is not the real experience of emptiness. Students' experience of the non-affirming negative, of the emptiness of objective existence of the person. Okay, that's amazing. This experience is so profound. You may get a tickling sensation. You may get a tinge of fear. You may get a tinge of extreme triangular feeling within you. And if you do experience this, you are extremely fortunate, and then you are on the proper track. It may not be the final understanding of emptiness, but you are going the proper track. But if you don't get this experience, don't worry. It's simply indicative of the fact that we need to go for more extensive studies and reflection on emptiness, and with meditation, you will eventually experience these indications. Okay, but what's the benefit of this meditation? Yes, just as this person was subjected to ultimate analysis, we uncover the reality that this person is totally empty, although the person always appears as object real. So likewise, all my miseries, which are all seen as so objectified, so dragging me down, putting me down with heaviness, deep sense of sadness, but this all, nothing really exists. These miseries don't really exist the way they appear to me as object real. Instead, they're all empty of being object real. They're all dissolved in the experience of emptiness. Wow, that's amazing. They dissolve. Your experience of emptiness transcends all these sorrows. This is what the Buddha has indicated as the fourth seal, transcending sorrows, absolute peace. Just abide this experience of the emptiness where all your sorrows are transcended, and generate a very strong wish that may I forever experience this emptiness where all my miseries, sorrows are transcended. This aspiration is the genuine and the most refined understanding of renunciation. Stay in this experience for a while. Okay. Let's slowly come out and sit for a few seconds break before we move to the Bodhicitta. Ready? Okay, for Bodhicitta, we need a great support. Let us reinforce the visualization of all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in the space in front of us. So loving, caring, embracing, like a mother, like your parents, two parents, feeling so proud of you for you are doing something extremely, extraordinarily virtuous and good. I also reinforce the visualization of your two parents, your children, and all your family members and all the other sentient beings around you. And you are encouraging them to join you in the practice of this bodhicitta. And we'll do this on the basis of the four immeasurables. Okay. And as they indicated before, it can be, at times it can be superficial, it doesn't matter. This is meaning of the practice, where a mind does not flow very naturally. It has a tendency to pull back. It is a tendency to resist the compassion, and we exercise this mind to make it more and more flexible, and eventually to embrace all Dhamma sentient beings with total love. Immeasurable loving kindness. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The causes of happiness primarily consisting of the wisdom of emptiness, the most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness, and the most appearing mind of the bodhicitta, the unconditional of the bodhicitta. May all my dear sentient beings be endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas witnessing that you are making such a courageous commitment, that are so intensely happy and proud of you, The way the mother, after all these many years of, and they're going through the hardship of raising her children, and today the eldest daughter, just age 12, and the eldest son, age 11, two of them come to the mother, telling the mother, "Mother, please take rest. You have done everything for us. You have given so much love towards us. Now we have grown up. We'll take care of our siblings. We'll take care of you also." The mother could not believe her eyes and ears. She was so happy. Tears rolling down her eyes. This is exactly what is happening to all Buddhists, Bodhisattvas. They're so proud of you to see that you are making such a courageous commitment to let all the Dhamma sentient beings have the maximum happiness and cause of happiness. And this happiness and pride the Bodhisattvas experience invoke the compassionate omniscient minds to send forth nectar, very soothing lights towards you and all Dhamma sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies beings of yours instills in all happiness and the cause of happiness in the minds of sentient beings to yourself. And you witnessing such a miracle is happening towards all of them sentient beings. You're intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound relief. Next, immeasurable compassion. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. The cause of suffering primarily consists of self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude, and their offshoots in the form of inappropriate attention, the gross afflictions, and the contaminated karmas. All the wrongdoings, all the wrong actions of the 10 non-virtuous karmas: stealing, killing, sexual misconduct, harsh words, slander, idle gossip, and the divisive words, the malice, the covetousness, and the wrong views. May all my dear mother sentient beings be freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear mother sentient beings are freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, witnessing that you make such a courageous commitment, the intense happiness proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke the compassionate omniscient minds to send for nectars or soothing lights towards you and ultimate sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies of beings yours frees the beings from all miseries and the causes of miseries. And you're witnessing such a miracle towards all of them sentient beings. You're intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sigh with the relief. Immeasurable joy or mudita. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the cause of happiness that they're endowed with. May all my dear sentient beings never be separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they're endowed with. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the cause of happiness that they're endowed with. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, witnessing that you make such a courageous commitment, the intense happiness proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke the compassionate omniscient minds to send forth nectars of sweet lights to you and all Dhamma sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies and beings yours stabilizes the happiness and causes the happiness that the beings are endowed with. and you witnessed in such a miraculous substance was all of them sentient beings. You are intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound with relief. Immeasurable equanimity. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion towards others, and instead abiding the great state of equanimity, embracing all other dear sentient beings with total love and affection, leaving none aside. May all my dear sentient beings be freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to the some and aversion towards others. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to the some and aversion towards others. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, witnessing that we make such a courageous commitment to the intense happiness and proud of you, this bright happiness invoked the compassion of many minds to the sense of nectar very swiftly lights towards you and all dear sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies and beauty yours frees the beings from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion to others, and instead making them abide in the great state of equanimity, embracing all others with total love and affection, leaving none aside. And you witness in such a miraculous substance towards all the dear sentient beings. You are intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound relief. Underscoring all the 4 immeasurables is the unconditional love towards all the beings. Abide in this incredibly beautiful mind of being. Unconditional love towards all beings. Okay, with this unconditional love, tempered by this unconditional love, with folded hands, will make a Bodhicitta commitment, the most beautiful mind of the most beautiful mind that possibly exists in this whole universe. Let us say this commitment 3 times together. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. Abide in this courageous mind of Bodhicitta, the most beautiful mind in this universe, for a while. Slowly transform this beautiful mind of Bodhicitta into a spotless, clean, white moon disk, horizontally sitting with the heart. Okay, that's amazing that you made such a courageous commitment to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. But what guarantees that you can become Buddha? Yes, I feel Buddha nature there. The seed of perfection, the seed of Buddhahood within me and all the dear sentient beings. But how come that you have not become enlightened since time immemorial till now? Yes, that's true. Thus far, I've been deceived by 2 demons, self-grasping and self-centered attitude. Today, I'm disillusioned by these 2. I'm going to put every effort to exterminate these 2 demons and awaken this Buddha nature within, that I become Buddha for the benefit of all demon sentient beings. But how will you do that? But it's sort of a very powerful remedy. What is this remedy? The non-dual wisdom of emptiness. And what is that? Okay, let's quickly retrieve the experience of the emptiness of the person who you love the most on this earth, which we did as the 3rd seal, as part of the 4 seals. Okay, think of that person who you love the most on this earth. How does the person appear to you? As object real or like a dream? Of course, not like a dream. As so object real. Okay, that is self-grasping ignorance. How do you know this? Remember what Arjuna said. If the mirage to be water were not those close, but the mirage see water. If this person to whom I love so much exists objectively. Why don't I see this person as I go close to the object? Okay, let us subject this person to ultimate analysis. We end up seeing the 6 elements: earth, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. Where is this person? Which of the 6 elements is this person? None of the 6 elements is to be identified as intrinsically as the person. And does the person exist as different from this? Remove the 6 elements, what is there? Nothing is left there. So from the object, where is this person? Objectively, the person is totally empty. Since experience, what you've discovered, the emptiness of the person. Okay, slowly transform this most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness into a spotless, clean, thumb-sized white Vajra, vertically soaring in the Montesquieu heart. Okay, let's not forget that you have the Vajra moon that's amazing, the moon symbolizing the national Bodhicitta, which wishes, the primary mind which wishes to become Buddha for the benefit of demon sentient beings. Yes, to exterminate the self-centered attitude, and the Vajra symbolizing the ultimate Bodhicitta, the wisdom which sees emptiness directly, wisdom which sees emptiness non-dualistically, as the Arya Bodhisattvas, to exterminate all the mental defilements, including the afflictive and the cognitive obscurations. This guarantees that your Buddha nature is going to be awakened fully, that you become Buddha. But what about my almighty sentient beings? That's true, they're suffering terribly. Your parents, your children, all the family members, all dear sentient beings. Yes, with this intense love and affection, compassion, this compassion invoked the Vajramuni in the heart multiply infinite number of times and share one set of the Vajramon with your mom at her heart, one set with your dad at his heart, one set each one of your children, each one of the family members, each of the sentient beings here in Thosamling memory, each one of the sentient beings in your own country, each one of the sentient beings in the world, in the Milky Way galaxy, and in the entire universe. Okay, this is amazing. Yes, you're so kind. It's amazing kind. This is the best thing that you can possibly do in your life, and today you did it. Meanwhile, let's not forget all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas there, they're watching us. Why not we invite all Buddhist Bodhisattvas to be the witness and the guests to our undertaking the ceremony of taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. As a gesture making this request, along with all the sentient beings, imagine that. Okay, let us stand up to make 3 prostrations, all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas. Okay, let us sit on our right knees. And while undertaking the ceremony, if you do feel the pain, then you can sit down. We begin with sitting on the right knees, because pain should not stop you from reflecting on the body, taking the ceremony, which is so precious. Okay, which page? Page 50. With a proper reflection, visualize all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, reinforce visualize Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Then, taking part in your ceremony of taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow, and the way and the manner in which your two parents, seeing that you as a very young tender girl or a tender boy, just age 5 or age 6, for the first time in your life, making a public appearance on behalf of your school. Your parents feel so proud of you, and they leave behind all the works for that day. They join the audience, waving their hands to you, telling you that we're here, we are so proud of you, and they are there just to give emotional support to you. And they feel so proud of what you're doing. This is exactly what all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas are feeling today. They're so proud of what you're doing today. And then also visualize, imagine that you as the eldest, the eldest child, as a young girl or young boy, encouraging all your siblings to join you. And you are encouraging all the Dhyana Ascension Mixed Life siblings to join you in this, taking the Ashman Bodhisattva vow, so that each one of them will be liberated from all the miseries and will get to the highest of ultimate happiness. So with this mind, let's recite the verses together, wholeheartedly. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwelled in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I'll generate the mind of Bodhicitta, and Lama shall too successful follow the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwelled in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of Bodhicitta, and Lama shall too successfully follow the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of Bodhicitta, and I shall too successfully train in the Bodhisattva practices. Just feel the joy of having aspiration, received the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. Extremely, extremely meritorious, very fortunate. And seeing that you have done such the amazing virtuous deed today, all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, they feel so proud when a manner in which the mother, after all these many years of hearing complaints from the school of her, the eldest daughter and you as a young daughter and a young son, receive the complaints, and today the school principal comes, and the mother again feels so apprehensive. What kind of complaints today? What did my son do? Any complaints? School principal said, no complaint. We came here to congratulate you. Your son and your daughter, two of them, are appointed as the best students of the school for this year. The mother could not believe her eyes and ears. After all these many years of hearing the complaints, today she's hearing extremely pleasant thing. She is so proud, tears rolling on her cheeks. This is exactly what is happening to all Buddhists out there. They feel so happy today that after all these innumerable lifetimes of us only engaging in non-virtuous activities, negative karmas, negative thoughts, and so forth, and today for the first time, they are seeing, they're witnessing that you are doing such a great thing. You are generating such a wholesome mind of the Bodhicitta. They are so proud. And today, this pride and the happiness that they feel today, their celebration, invoke the Virgin Moon at their hearts in the full-fledged form to multiply infinite number of times. And like rain shower, they descend to merge with the one that you visualize in the heart, thereby becoming non-dual, stabilized, and blessed. Of the Virgin Moon that you have visualized in your heart, that has been blessed. Likewise, all these innumerable replicas of the Vaishnav moon from the hearts of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they do not emerge when that you visualize the heart of your mother and the heart of your father, each one of your children, each one of your family members, each one of the beings here in Thosamling, the human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, hell beings, god and goddesses, spirits, and each of the sentient beings in the world, in our own country, in the world, in the Milky Way galaxy, in the entire universe. Now, everyone has the Vaishnav moon, which you have shared with them. They have been blessed by those descended from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas' hearts. Amazing. This is the greatest meaning, and this is the greatest gift that you're offering to all the dear sentient beings. And today, you gifted them with this. And this, the Buddha said, is the greatest of the offerings to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. More so than of filling the whole universe with gems and offering them to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. One moment of genuine compassion is far what excels that offering. So what I mentioned of our having taken the spiritual Bodhisattva vow, this greatest offering that is made today to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And of your life, you see that this is the greatest meaning. You have given such meaning, such an incredibly precious meaning to your life. And this is all happening because of the kindness of all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas. As Geshe thanking all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, along with all dear sentient beings, let us stand and make 3 prostrations to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas. Okay, please take your seats. Page 51. So the practice that we did this over the last few days of the Bodhicitta, taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow, to make sure that we feel connected with these teachings, that we don't get lost of these teachings in the future lifetimes. And not only that we are connected, we rigorously engage in this practice so that the journey, Gade Parasam Gade becomes very swift and be materialized very soon for the benefit of all sentient beings. We'll include them in the form of these prayers. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. In order to further increase this bodhicitta from now on, those with discernment who have lucidly seized and awakened the mind of bodhicitta in this way should highly praise in the following manner. Today my life has borne fruit, having well obtained this human existence. I've been born in the family of the Buddha and now one of Buddha's children. Thus whatever actions I do from now on must be in accord with rubbish. Likewise, by some coincidence, an awakened mind has been born within me. It's a supreme ambrosia that overcomes the sovereignty of death. It's an inexhaustible treasure that eliminates all poverty in the world. It's a supreme medicine that quells the world's disease. It's the tree that shelters all beings wandering and tired on the path of conditioned existence. It's the universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy states of birth. It's the dawning moon of the mind that dispels the torment of the disturbing conceptions. It's the great sun that finally removes the mystic ignorance of the world. It's the supreme milk of Dharma. For For all those guests traveling on the path of conditioned existence who wish to experience the boundaries of happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and actually place them in the supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, I invite the world to be guests at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight. May gods, demigods, all be joyful. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization of deeds in the prayers of all the Buddhists and Bodhisattvas for 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. May in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect and the true stages. From my 2 collections, vast space that have amassed from working with effort is this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds are victimized, blinded by ignorance. Eota Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhiswaha. Okay, 3 prostrations.